Okay, not even a day in, I already decided to revise my video. Cool. As a matter of fact, in the middle of uploading this video on YouTube, I found yet another revision for the strategy. So you might hear two different voice quality in this video because I'm revising my audio twice. Crazy, huh? Anyways, this is a faster variation of my previous video but require a slightly tighter timing. If you haven't watched my previous video on rushing the stage, let me recap on some things. The first main important thing to have is a level 18 slow beam at minimum, which is what I'm using right now. Iron Wall and Freeze could work, but needs a way higher level, since Freeze has lower base duration and Iron Wall needs health for this. Depending on what you want to do, some of the units here can be not so important. The ones that are needed is Awakened Bahamut and a guaranteed critter. However, unlike last time, I don't think this one's really compatible with Waitress because you're gonna need a little bit more time to get the cash for Waitress, which in that case just use the previous strategy. Maybe you can figure out your own lineup with Waitress, but it'll take a little bit longer time to clear. But for this one in particular, I'm using Crazy Neko. Summer Naneko could work too. The combos that I used are Cannon Startup S and a Cannon Startup M. Any variations are fine. If you want to do 2 Cannon Startup M, that's also fine. Due to the lack of speed combo, the timing for this strategy is tighter than the previous one, so be warned. There's 2 variations for the strategy, one with Boulder Cat and the other one with Maglev. Boulder is faster by like 3 seconds, so it's not required, don't worry. Boulder is actually also easier to time, so you can say this is also more consistent on top of being faster. If you have Bullet trained, it won't really go that much faster. Treat it basically the same as Maglev. Anyways, the way to do this is almost exactly the same as the previous one, but with slight changes in the timing. First, spawn Crazy Neko and Manic Eraser. If you're using Boulder, spawn them at 1,500 cash. If you're using Maglev, spawn them at 2,000 cash. Then spawn Awakened Bahamut and time your cannon when Awakened Bahamut is about to strike. If you are using Boulder, spawn Bahamut at 5,100 cash. And if you're using Maglev, spawn Bahamut at 5,500 cash. Right after base hit, if you're using Maglev, spawn Manic Lion, and then spawn Maglev right as you have the cash to. If you're using Boulder, on base hit, spawn Maglev or Bullet Trade instead, and then spawn Boulder when you have the cash to. And once again you win! As I mentioned before, since we are not using speed up combo here, the timing for the Manic Lion would be much tighter. So if you're not into that and you're just looking for more of a consistency rather than cutting up merely 5 seconds of your run, I would recommend the previous method instead. Boulder method is actually pretty consistent though, on top of being fast, as the units you are using are way easier to time. Both of these are also not quite as salvageable if you mess up though, so if you mess up you're pretty much stuck for a retry, and the Maglev method requires a bit more focus to do too, so yeah. That's all really. I just wanna put off the strat. I thought, well, you know what, maybe I can actually use 2 cannon startup instead of using 1 for speed up, but this one is a teensy bit faster, and if you're just interested with, you know, slightly more efficiency on the time or whatever, then yeah, you can use this one. That's about all. See ya, happy farming, later.